folks, and welcome back to another Wise Game video. In today's video, we're going to be covering Classic WoW. We're actually going to be breaking down and looking at in today's video is the 5 new implements and additions that they're going to be adding to Phase 3. But we're not going to be diving deep and breaking down each one of these in today's video. This video is pretty much to let you know what to expect for Phase 3. And then once they get implemented in the game and we actually learn more about these, then we will be coming out with more future videos to dive more into deeper details of each one of these implements. And as always, I will have any helpful links in the description panel of today's video. So let's get started with Classic WoW and Phase 3. First on our list is the Dark Moon Fairground. Now this has been a part of World of Warcraft ever since the vanilla days, and it's now going to be part of Classic. So it's a lot different now than what we've been seeing in the last couple of years on the retail game, which is a much bigger fairground with a lot more events and activities to do. But don't take me wrong, there's still a lot of great things that you could get from doing the Dark Moon Fairground, as we're going to be taking a look at in a couple of minutes. The fairground is also going to be the first addition added to the game out of this patch, and actually comes out where you could see the fair being set up on February 7th. But you're not going to be able to take activity and actually do the fairground until Monday, February 10th. So this will be the only event out of the patch that will be available to us before February 12th. The location of the fairground is like it has been over the years playing World of Warcraft. So we got for the Alliance, Elwyn Forest, right near Goldshire, and then for the Horde, it's going to be in Mulgore. Each month, the fairground is going to be available in the game. And again, it's going to arrive on that first Friday of every month where it begins the setup. And then it's going to open up again on that Monday, and then it closes that following Sunday. But there is a little bit of a twist to this that I never realized because I've always just played Alliance. But it is not available each month for both factions. It alternates. So one month it's going to be for the Alliance, and then the following month it's going to be for the Horde, so on and so forth. Now, of course, what would a fairground be without its amusements? So one being the humanoid cannonball, and one being the tank battle simulator. And there are some pretty cool items that you could pick up along the way with what they call the ticket system. So just like fairgrounds in real life, they are going to have purchases when it comes to accumulating tickets for this event. And you earn tickets by doing specific quests in the game. And these are repeatable quests, so you could do them as many times as you want during this event time. And then you're going to be able to turn in specific animal parts, and then also items that you can make with your engineering, leatherworking, or blacksmithing. But note, you do not need to be an engineer, leatherworker, or blacksmith to turn in these items. And then for level 60s, they have what they call the Dark Moon decks and cards. So as you do various things in the game, like killing certain bosses or whatnot, you have the possibility of getting a card. And there is various deck of cards in the game. Once you build up these singular cards and you form decks, one example is the Ace of Beasts. And the cool thing is that they actually came out with this February 5th. So you have the possibility of starting to accumulate these cards now before the fairground even opens up. Okay, so I got a deck of cards, now what? Okay, with the deck of cards, you could also get some really cool rewards for level 60s, and that being some of the best trinkets that they're going to have in the game at this time, which are all epic quality. So this is even a great means for level 60s that don't really have the time to dedicate to guild raids or whatnot to get some nice trinkets for themselves. From my understanding, there is 4 different trinkets that you can pick from with these deck of cards. Now the deck of cards consists usually of 8 individual cards to make one singular deck, and then sometimes there's an additional card, the 9th card, which is like an epic card. Again, I'm not going to go A to Z about the fairground system right now in today's video, so definitely look out for a video in the near future to cover the Dark Moon Fairground. Next on our list, item number 2 is probably the biggest, most exciting addition for this phase, and that is the new raid called Blackwing Lair. Blackwing Lair, also known as BWL, is going to be a 40-man raid with tier 2 gears, so it's going to have some of the best weapons and upgrades for our characters for this phase. It's a pretty large dungeon which is going to involve 8 bosses for this raid. Now, something else too is that the quest has been out now for quite a while to get the attunement to do Blackwing Lair. So I will have in the description panel of today's video the link of the video that I made how to get that attunement done. And just like a good amount of the raids now that's part of Classic WoW, it's nestled in Black Rock Mountain. Nefarian is the final boss of this raid, so he is the main boss that we want to try to get to, defeat, and conquer. There's really not much else to really cover in today's video when it comes to Blackwing Lair, so hopefully in the near future, once I get in there with my guild, I'll be able to make more coverage and more detailed videos for Blackwing Lair. Third on our list today is going to be somewhat of a tongue twister for me, but it's called the Internal Quintessence. Now, there's not tons of information in the internet right now exactly about the internal quintessence, but from the research that I did do, I'll try to do the best I can to give you guys 100% accurate information. So in short, what exactly is this? Well, previously until Phase 3, we have an item in the game called the Inqual Essence. So basically, once you have this douse, you're going to see located at each boss in Molten Core, you're going to see a flaming tile. You need to use this douse on each one of those flaming tiles. But now once you use the douse, you can only use it once, so it's recommended that you have at least 8 members in your raid group that has this douse item. Then once you douse most of these boss tiles, or what we call ruins, you're now going to be able to summon Major Domo. Fight and defeat Major Domo, and now he will summon Ragnaros. But here's the thing, each week that you want to go back and get a new douse, you had to do the quest line again all over again to obtain a brand new douse, which again is called the Inqual Quintessence. So to get this item each time, you would have to go southeast in Azara and speak to Duke Hydroxus. And then you have to do that 4 to 5 step quest line again each week to get the new douse. So it did involve quite a bit of work each week on your behalf to actually get a new douse to be able to summon each time Ragnaros. But now in Phase 3, we're going to get the Internal Quintessence. Now the difference with this is that you no longer have to do the quest line ever again. Once you get the item, it's usable and it never goes away. You have to be revered reputation status. And the reputation for this, if you have been doing Molten Core, does come pretty quickly. Also by doing certain quests out in Azara that involves Duke Hydroxus. I've only done it maybe about 4 times, and I looked at my rep the other day, and I'm already 3/4 honored. So you do need to get revered to actually buy this item from Duke Hydroxus. Now, because it does have a 1-hour cooldown, you still want to have 8 members in your raid team to have one of these items. Because if we use the math, after all, if we had to wait for one person with a 1 hour cooldown, you're going to be in this dungeon now for 8 hours. Once a good amount of people in your raid group does have the internal quintessence now, you'll be able to continue dousing just like you always normally have, and you'll be able to summon Ragnaros. So that's basically the breakdown of the internal quintessence for Phase 3 in Classic WoW. Next on our list, which is number 4, is level 50 class quests. Basically, this is going to involve where anybody who plays every class is going to be able to visit their class trainers in the capital cities once Phase 3 hits, which is now going to open up some cool quest lines. But they do require that you do be about level 52. The reason being is because most of these are going to take you into the dungeon called Sunken Temple. Sunken Temple can be a very powerful dungeon, and it's a very large dungeon. So you're level 52, say, why would you want to get more quests? Well, this is eventually going to open up. Once you do the quest line and you do the dungeon, it's going to give you the choice between 3 powerful rare items, being weapons and other types of gearing. It's your choice of which piece you want to pick. So powerful from my understanding that even when you reach level 60, some of these items can be pre-best in slot. So let's take a closer look. So to get the point across for this segment of this video, I decided to use a website. So this is Wowhead Classic right here, and it's got a breakdown of exactly what you have to do for each class. So I will be adding quite a few links in the description panel of today's video because we did cover a lot of things. So if you come here, it's going to give you a breakdown of exactly what this is all about. And down here is a list of all the classes broken down for Classic WoW and what's involved with their quest chain, and then the rewards and all that good stuff. So let's take a look at the Paladin. So we can see that the Paladin right here, it's got nice detailed maps. It's going to let you know everything you have to do. And then down here is the different rewards once you complete this and what these rewards are. So let's give it a look. So for the weapon, it's going to be a 118 to a 178 damage with tons of resistance, nice strength. It's an awesome weapon, especially for your 50s. My weapon on my 60 currently isn't much higher than this. Then right here we have the trinket that's offered that you could choose from. This trinket will increase your critical strike chance, which spells and melee attacks by 3%, lasts 25 seconds. And then right here is a ring, which gives you 7 strength, 7 intel, and 7 stamina. It also increases healing done by spells and effects up to 15. These are some awesome rewards. Now my main at this time is my Warlock, so we're going to give a Warlock a look at. And we're going to see, again, detailed maps, all the steps of what you have to do. And then if we scroll down more, we're going to see the items that we get once we complete this. So the Soul Harvester is a staff, that's a 118 to a 178 damage. And once you equip it, it's going to improve your chance to hit with spells by 1%, so you're going to be getting hit rating with this too. It's also going to increase damage done by shadow spells and effects up to 24. Again, awesome weapon. Imagine having a series of these pieces of gears right here and going into BGs at, say, level 55, you would destroy. Okay, so this right here is a trinket, and this trinket's really cool. Check this out. If you go to summon your Voidwalker, it is not going to take any mana or even a soul shard to do so. So it's not going to cost you anything if you have this trinket on to summon your Voidwalker. And then here's the chest. It's a robe. And this is going to give you 10 plus intel plus 15 stamina. Increases damage done by your fire spells and effects up to 23. Increases damage done by shadow spells and effects up to 23. Again, an awesome piece of gear. So for any 50s out there, I would definitely say get it done. And that's about it today for level 50 quest lines for Sunken Temple for Phase 3 Classic WoW. Last but not least is number 5, New Reputation Rewards. So recently, have you been to a quartermaster after working hard on that rep to find out that they don't have the items that you've been looking for? Or basically, it's a trickle system. They don't come out with all these items all in one phase. Now, Phase 3 is going to introduce a lot more rewards for these quartermasters once you get that reputation up. So we'll be taking a look at Classic WoW, Phase 3, and the reward system for reputation. So let's first take a look at Thimbamore reputation and some of the items that's going to be added now in Phase 3. As we know, one of the main locations for Thimbamore is the cave that's located between Fellwood and Winterspring. Just like any reputation in the game, once you do more for that reputation, you're going to get handed more rewards. And here's a chart right now of some of the items that's going to be added now in Phase 3 for Thimbamore reputation. Now let's look at Silverwing Sentinels. This is for WSG Warsong Gulch Battleground reputation rewards. And these are amazing. Again, this list does not show all of them. And that's about it, folks, for our list for today. Our top 5 additions to look forward to in Phase 3 for Classic WoW. I hope you found this video very helpful. Give it a thumbs up, feel free to comment down below, we'd love to hear from you, and sub up for more future videos. Until then, you guys have a great gaming day, and thank you for stopping by and watching Wise Gamer. Take care. Bye-bye.